original sci-fi film that's being released into theatres, and I got to see it today. And I want to talk to you about it. So the film is made by a filmmaker called Gareth Edwards, who directed such films as Rogue One and Godzilla. Yet he hasn't had a film out in a long time, because he's been working on this film for a fair while now, and it would have taken ages for him to get this film off the ground, because it's an original film. Original films are very hard to make now in Hollywood. It's very rare that one gets made. So, Hollywood does not make many original films, and I'll tell you the reason why. This is simply the reason why. Do you really think a whole bunch of people are going to be putting their money into some film that they've never heard about anything related to it? Why would they put their money into a film like that? Yeah. See where I'm coming from? I mean, just think about it. Of the blockbusters of the last few years, how many of them were original films? So originality hasn't been doing too great for a long time, but if an original film gets out there, it can do great stuff. Will the creator be one of those films, or will it just be an okay original film, or a pretty bad one? Let's find out by watching this review. So I really like the premise of this movie. I think it's a great idea. AI fighting the world. I really like that kind of idea. I love The Matrix. And I'm wearing a Matrix t-shirt today. I thought that would be suiting for this theme. Anyway, the visuals in this film. Amazing. The visuals are just so amazing. They are so impressive. And it's just so amazing for the scope of this film. Everything you see, it's just so unbelievable that this film was made at a budget of $80 million. Gareth Edwards really knows how to use every single cent of this movie. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and I was invested by the characters. The story was not at all predictable. You could never really tell where it was going. Well, you kind of could, but then you'd be like, oh, this happened. Did not expect that. I just love the world they've created. I was really interested in that world. Gareth Edwards has done a great job world building, and now I think there were some great ideas in this film, some great characters as well, some great performances. Now this is one thing that I want to talk about that I've never talked about before in movies, and I actually only learned this thing about filmmaking recently. Many of you might know that I one day want to get a film made. I'll talk more about that later, but I really want to get a film made one day. And I've learned one thing that you should do is to make your very first shot of the film look the best, and the very last shot of the film also look the best. The creator, the very first scene is great, and the very last scene is great. I really like how they made out as though they were using old footage in the creator. At first I actually thought they were using old footage, but when I saw the robots that I'd seen marketed for the movie, I knew, oh, they're not. But that was clever. It looked great, the first scene. And the last scene. Now, this is a spoiler. I am going to spoil this movie for you. So if you haven't seen The Creator, please do. It is a good movie, and I really like it. Please do check it out in theaters. We need to support movies like The Creator. So, at the end of the movie, the main character, Joshua, dies. Now, I was very emotionally invested. I found this scene very sad. I cared a lot about his character, and it was just really upsetting to see him die. I was just really upset. But that was such a good choice of the filmmakers. Really, it made the ending so memorable. If he had lived and gone back to Earth with Alfie, I probably would not have remembered the film so well. But because he died, I'm going to remember the film better. The ending has saved this movie. So many movies, they talk about the ending ruining the movie. This movie, the ending saved it. This ending has made me love the film more. And I'd say the ending has upped the grade I'm going to give for this film. Aside from all this praise, is The Creator a flawless movie? No, it is a flawed movie. I will warn you that. So, there's this one character that her characterization was poor. She was a pretty weak character. She should have been expanded on a lot. And I have a lot of little issues with this film, but most of them have left me. That's a good thing. It means that the issues weren't really important issues. But there is some pacing issues with this film as well. Around the midpoint, Yeah, it's a bit dragging on a bit. Well, it'd be in the later part, but it drags on a bit. It feels a bit draggy. The pacing could have been a bit better. I don't really see the point of a couple of scenes there. Pacing wasn't the best. But if I was Gareth Edwards, I would be pretty happy with this movie. I'm going to give the creator a B+. I really recommend you see this movie, guys, because I really want more original films from Hollywood. I'm concerned that we're not going to get those. So, please support this film. I really want to see more original films from Hollywood, because I just don't want to see movies that are part of sequels all the time. I want to see original movies like this, because this one was really good. More original films. And also, I want to make an original film one day. There's an original film that I want to make, and if I ever wanted to get it made, maybe I have to compare it to some already well-known films that are somewhat similar to the film. So I need movies like The Creator to be a success for me to make the movie that I really want to make one day and get it released worldwide. If I can one day, I would love for that to happen. I really wish that would happen. Anyway, we just need to support this movie. This movie has not been making much money at the box office, and it really needs to make some money. Thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please check out The Creator. Look forward to more videos coming soon, and I'm the Grinning Critic, and don't forget to subscribe to me.